by Congressman Tim Huelskamp, a Republican from Kansas, a member of the House Tea Party caucus, and he joins us now from Wichita. Congressman, thanks for taking a few minutes this morning. I guess I want to just ask you a big picture question. As you look back, we say it's the 6-year anniversary from sort of the start of the Tea Party movement. You came to Congress in that big Republican class of 2010. When you look back at the last 6 years and you look at the origins of the Tea Party movement and where we are now, what would you say the biggest success of the Tea Party movement has been?
I think we changed the debate in Washington. Instead of talking about bigger government and bailouts and Obamacare, we talked about the Constitution, smaller government, reducing taxes. We haven't always been successful in making that happen, but we've changed the debate. And I can tell you from my colleagues that when the phones light up, people start calling in, start emailing in. It does make a difference on the Republican side. It does kill bills, and sometimes it presses forward the conservative alternative.
On the flip side, then, when you look at the last 6 years, what's the biggest failure?
Probably the biggest failure is to rein in spending. We have limited the growth. There was a $1.4 trillion deficit. We've dialed that back, but at the end of the day, when Republicans and Democrats in Washington, the insiders get together, the budget deficit goes up, and we haven't done much about it. We still have an $18 trillion national debt. It's growing every day. We've got to do something about it, and people are still worried across America, whether they say they're members of a Tea Party or not. They're worried about the future of the American dream, and we continue to speak to that, and that's why it will continue to make a difference in Washington.
And what about the role of the Tea Party lawmakers like you within the Republican Party in Washington? Because one of the more high-profile moments of the last few years you were very much involved in when John Boehner, the House Speaker, who does not come up through the Tea Party movement like you did, he basically instituted a purge, and you were thrown out of a key committee post, you and several other Republicans. What is that relationship right now between the Boehner wing and the Tea Party like in Congress?
Well, actually, that's nothing new when you have Washington insiders that are pushing back against conservatives across America. Washington's not a conservative town. Washington's about spending more money and taking away our liberties. And the rest of America said, we've had enough. And, yeah, there's going to be a pushback. But don't forget, the Speaker said he was Tea Party before the Tea Party was cool. He understands that the conservative ideals, the conservative values of following the Constitution, protecting life and marriage and liberty, those are things that are inherent to the Republican Party, and it seems to be an ongoing game where insiders say on election day that they're for conservative values and they vote differently. What Tea Party members believe is we should vote the same way in Washington as we talk at home, and not everybody likes to do that inside the Beltway.
To pursue the agenda that you want, though, to have sort of the Tea Party agenda you're looking for, as you look ahead to the next couple of years, does John Boehner need to be replaced by somebody else for that to happen?
Well, I voted against John Boehner twice. He is obviously still the Speaker, but what I hear from Americans, they're ready for some changes. They're ready for a Republican Party that actually does in Washington what they say they're going to do in their platform. And you know what? I think every Republican that I know of said they wanted to cut spending, repeal Obamacare, roll back the president's illegal unconstitutional amnesty, and what we've seen in the last 3 months is going in the wrong direction. But when the phone lines light up, millions of Americans start calling in. That's when you see the Tea Party still has a major impact in Washington, D.C.
All right. Congressman Tim Huelskamp from Kansas, appreciate you getting up early. Thanks for the time.